Griselda. What up, y'all? I'm back with another album review. I'm here to review the newest studio album from Conway the Machine entitled God Don't Make Mistakes. Now, I believe this album was supposed to drop in 2020, but got pushed back, and I want to say it was supposed to be released earlier in 2022. What am I saying? I believe this album was supposed to be dropped in 2021, and I also believe it was supposed to be dropped earlier than it was released this year in 2022. But things happen, pushbacks. It's here now. It's been out for a minute, but I'm here now to review it. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So let's go. Lock and Load featuring Beanie Sigel is the first song that I talk about. It sets the tone for the album, being the first track, while it also continues just what we know about kind of being in the streets, but in a different way back in the day, of course. And now he's in them in a different way. Again, another different way. He's versatile, motherfucker. Kind of expresses how his folks think he's going crazy, but he really can't give a fuck anymore since being shot. And that keeps him on the same way that it did before the shooting. Like his attitude before the shooting, it's pretty much the same attitude now that now it happened some years ago, but still, his attitude before getting shot is the same now. It's like, gotta keep it on me. Like, I was keeping it on me before then, now I'm keeping it on me after that happened to me. It was cool to hear from Beanie Sigel in 2022, honestly. The darkness of this beat was just breathing through it. Just breathing all through it, honestly. Now, Con brings in Rick Ross and Lil Wayne on Tear Gas. And Con touches on how his story is far from finished, and how he looks out for his own, and how none of the dudes that said that they loved him were there for him more than a few occasions, especially like when he got shot. And the features were cool, but they didn't overshadow the machine, so that was cool to see. Now, we're back to a dark and piano-laced beat on Piano Love. It's that classic Griselda sound, but it's Uncle Al the chemist, the alchemist on the beat, who might as well be seen as an associate many a point ago, if we're being honest, for Griselda. And what can I say? It's that street shit. And Con is out here saluting every solid cat out in the streets. Now, the next track is Derringer himself on drum work, featuring 7.5 The Genius and Jay Skeese. I'm familiar with both of these brothers, especially Jay Skeese. And damn. What can I say? God was indeed the goddess Flo on the mic. 7 Av, the goddess was definitely the goddess on the mic. This Flo was just it was goddess. It wasn't God Flo. This was goddess. 7, she was on that 7S. And Jay, as well as Jay, he did his thing as well, and the Con did, but I gotta be honest, this 7 Ave, man, she made this track hers to me, honestly. Like, she stole this shit. She stole it. I mean, like, she sounded so fluid on here. She sounded so confident. She sounded so effortless at the same time. Like, this was just great. One of my favorite features of 2022, now that I think about it. This track was like watching all the MCs brush off their shoulders. Like, that's the energy they brought, every single one of them. But 7 Ave in particular, real standout here. And the next track, Wild Chapters. It takes a reflective pace here in the tone. Produced by Hit Boy. And Conway just talks about, well, it gets personal here, talking about coming up from the trenches and how he did some real dirt. He knows that. Talking about his son passing, then having another kid, and wondering how he's supposed to be a proud rapper, given all that. And T.I., per usual, at this stage of his career especially, is on some OG shit, just giving some game. And Novel's cadence here, the harmonizing, it really fit this rather somber beat. And the next track I'm talking about is Guilty, where he acknowledges his own guilt, but also shines some light on the guilt of others. He calls out folks, focusing on his appearance rather than his lyrics, and how they're too pussy to go go through what he went through, so they fear it, they reject it, and he's right. And he also makes a point to acknowledge his positives, like how he's come up and how he moves on the mic in this album. Man, now it really is Griselda on John Woo Flick featuring Benny and Wes. Benny the Butcher and Westside Gunn, if you don't know. I'm assuming y'all know, but maybe there's one person or a couple who don't know. Might not even know who Conway is. So, yeah, man. Kill helped Derringer mint this baby. All three MCs touched on everything that comes with the game, how it's nothing to them because they've seen so much shit via the other game that they ain't fazed by this. And I really got to see another side of Con on this next track, Stressed, featuring Wallow 267. Con here is just trying his best. He's talking about trying to be there for himself, be the best version of himself for him, and of course his own. He's always y'all know Con. He's always looking out for his own. He's always speaking on how he does that, and good on him. But he talks about how it all piles up, though. He's already done so much, and people have forgotten that stuff. Some people have forgotten that stuff. People feel like he owes them, and he's depressed like his girlfriend is, but she doesn't even know that he is as well. He talks about alcoholism and how he's just tired. He talks about the shooting, the surgery, how his homies are dead or in the hole, his cousin hanging himself, his son passing. He's going through it. Like, we're all going through it, even our favorite MCs. So seeing another side of Con here, it was just like it was a window into a different world, like a different side of him. It was cool to see. He made himself vulnerable here, like really the most vulnerable I've ever personally heard him sound. No other track really comes to mind. When thinking about that, as far as him getting vulnerable, getting so personal. It's another change of pace on so much more up tempo. Con knows that he's more than just another rapper, and he is. He's not just a street nigga, etc. He's not just that. He doesn't want his listeners to get that confused or to listen to one side and not his, or to take things out of context, which is easy to do if you only listen to one side. He's talking about how he was out there feeding families during COVID, giving coats for kids, giving hot meals for the homeless, and coming out of his own pocket with no promotion from anyone for these events. And talking about how he didn't sell his soul for what he has now. And he even gives game on 360 deals by simply just saying how they fuck over rappers. But yeah, he did his thing here. Like, he made it known that he's so much more, and you know that if you know about Con's backstory and everything. And the rest, Benny and Wes too, them brothers too. A lot of rappers. Media won't touch on certain things that they do, but they'll. And I don't mean just hip hop. I mean outside media. You know, y'all know how it is. Eazy was talking about this back in the day with that interview with that lady in Compton. Like, y'all know how it is. Now, Con got Jill Scott on Chanel Pearls, and she would be on a track like this. From the title to this beautiful beat, and how it's an ode to like the woman in his life for Con, that stood by him through thick and thin. It's kind of like a throwback track in a sense to hear Jill spit and sing, and then sing. Kind of like, Ghostface and Mary J. It's like, let's fuck with this. Cool. Now, the next track I'm talking about is Babas featuring Keisha Plum. This was like the calm before the storm to come. It's like a bit of a foreshadowing that could have been the first track, given how fitting it is to the theme of the album, honestly. Which leads to this track. The last track to speak of is God Don't Make Mistakes, the title track, which is cool to see. It's like a culmination. It all came together for Con in life. Even though he's expressed, of course, dissatisfaction with certain elements of his life, it's like it all came together for him to be here now with, in my opinion, what might probably be his best album. Yeah, even after the album in 2020, I know it's like really his best. what, king to a god, from god to a king. It's one of those. That's what that album was titled. Yeah, like I felt like this was gonna be his best album. Like there was anticipation building for this. Like I don't think there was any whispers. Maybe there were in 2020, but this anticipation was building due to the pushbacks, and he delivered. But yeah, man, it's like a culmination. It's like it all came together, and it's like an extension being shown here at the end of this album. Like with everything he's been through, like maybe some of it was supposed to happen because God don't make mistakes. A lot of what ifs about his life come up here. Like what if it was him that went out that one night, or if he was still in the corner, or he was the one who got busted by the feds. Like what if he was the one who got clapped? What if he didn't walk out the hospital? Or what if he didn't have Bell's palsy? What if Griselda didn't blow up? What if this rap shit didn't blow up? Like it all came together here. Not just like with this album in particular, from start to finish, but just Khan's journey. And again, so much more. This ain't the end from him. He's still cool with Griselda. That's what he was kind of alluding to earlier on the previous track, talking about like don't just listen to one side. But yeah, this may be Conway's best work. I mean, other albums carried the same fire. Yeah, they did, but they didn't come together like this one does. And now I feel like, especially after Stressed, especially after that track, I feel like I know Khan even more so now than Benny and West. So yeah, man. What can I say? Another quality Griselda project. This is what, my second at least. This is my second Conway project, at least, that I'm covering. So, and I'm glad to. I think this is his best work, honestly. So I'm glad to cover this. Definitely stream it if you haven't heard it. I'll leave the link to that in the description below. And if you have heard it, definitely let me know what you think about the review in the comment section below. What you think about the album. And like I said, if you haven't heard it, check it out. Then come back, please, and let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And that's it, y'all. Hit the like button if you like the review. Share the review. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and like the content that you see. Not just this video, but just check the channel. I haven't been as consistent pretty much since COVID hit. But we're almost 2.5 years past the beginning of that now. The world's dealing with some other stuff now. I don't have to go into detail about. But so yeah, not as consistent, but in no way am I giving up on this channel. I'm not quitting or anything like that. I like doing this. It's now that I don't do it as consistently, it's almost like a hobby, but I don't see it that way. It's just what I like doing. So yeah, thank y'all who have been here since, like, even before this channel, people who are here now since the channel I created it. Like I said, just check the channel. You'll see that pretty much hip hop is what I review, but I do other reviews as well, indie reviews, other genres, and I'm being more selective, I guess, with what I review. I don't mind flooding if there's an influx of quality projects, but I mean, I guess I'm just being more selective, even though I'm listening to more music than I really ever have, honestly. So it's funny how that works. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all next time.